100%, why not? We'll turn on disable copyright music. That way, there's no long patches of silence because YouTube or whatever knocks out the copyright. So yeah, playing some Quantum Break now. This is on Steam. Just going to show you my settings real quick. Now this is basically the same version as what we see on the Windows 10 store. The way we know that is because it still says exclusive full screen. I can't downsample, something you couldn't do on the Windows 10 store either. I don't have VSync enabled. I don't have 30 FPS enabled, so this is going to go as high as I can go. So you're going to probably see some screen tearing in the video, but I just kind of want to test the overall performance of the game. Everything's kind of set to high with the exception of shadow resolution and texture resolution, and it looks like even geometry. This is the optimized settings through NVIDIA Control Panel, NVIDIA Experience. I also have the upscaling on. That does help with performance. While the upscaling, turning that off does disable, it does make the image clearer. I have noticed that Quantum Break is a very demanding game. It always has been. What they're doing with this engine is insane. So you do have to have kind of a jack PC to play it. And while my PC is very powerful, I can't maintain a 60 FPS with the upscaling turned off. And so I'm going to err on the side of I want the frames over the visuals, because I was okay with how the game looked. That soft look, you know, I liked it on Xbox One, and I wasn't so upset with it here on PC either, so I have that enabled. Film grain is on, just because I don't mind it. Yeah, so... Let's turn this down just a little bit more. And I do have the chat room pulled up now, so I can see if you're talking to me. I'm going to play this with mouse and keyboard because this is a PC game, and I feel as though I should really test it with the mouse and keyboard. But I do like this game with controller, so we'll see what happens. Now, one of the major things you need to realize is if you get this on Steam, your Windows and Xbox One save files don't go with you. So if you want to take advantage of the cross-save feature, you have to get it on Windows 10, the Windows 10 store. The nice thing about getting it on Steam, though, is if you don't have a Windows 10 PC, you can still play the game now. This game will work on Windows 7, and I wonder, you know, I figured this was a DirectX 12 game. I wonder if they've disabled DirectX 12 for the Steam version. I don't know. It's the only thing I can think of that would make it run, because as far as I know, DirectX 12 is limited to Windows 10, and that's not like a hardware or a specific, you know, it only works on Windows 10. No, we've had people say that DirectX 12 will work on Windows 7, Windows 8, and all that, but they're kind of like forcing it on Windows 10. Now, performance-wise, I'm getting 79 FPS right here. I am seeing some screen tearing, but it's not too bad. These cutscenes are all in 30. So that's a little bit jarring.
Shit. Oh, shit. Grenade!
And it for that shouldn't be...
No.
Getting a gunfire in the underground parking. Are you sure it's true?
I am awful.
Just come on out. Grenade out!
I will say, from the first time I played this game on Windows 10, on the Windows 10 store,
What's going on in there?
the, oh crap, the mouse feels a lot better than it did at first.
Gotta get
I still think I prefer this with the controller, though. And it's just because of how the skills are kind of mapped. Now I'm getting right above 60 FPS here, so I could probably lock it at 60 and be fine. I would see some periodic dips, but it wouldn't be too bad, I don't think.
You still had no idea that Wilder was helping you?
She wasn't the only one.
Lights are out across the whole damn campus. Somebody cut the power. This was supposed to be a quiet operation.
Nope, it's not.
Not what we came for. Yeah. Let's see the media shitstorm that follows us. Hey! It's all being taken.
Open
It's
fire!
Joyce!
Sending Raiders force.
I can't tell, but I don't know if those enemies, their death animations are running at half the frame rate. I forgot the button for the time bubble. Maybe I should figure that out. Okay.
Move round!
I wish I could turn off this upscaling because it looks so blurry. Yep, I missed. In fact, let's test the performance with the upscaling turned off. Off. Yeah. Basically half the frame rate. Gosh. Is it playable like this? Sure. It's incredibly hard to go from almost 70 FPS to 43 and 34. In fact, let's tweak some settings and see what we have to adjust to get to a locked 60. Let's turn everything to high. Okay, well that helped. Ish. Not really. Let's go and turn VSync on. Let's turn off the film grain. See what that does.
Okay, gotta get to the library.
Yeah, still basically a locked 60. I've locked 30 now. In fact, I didn't turn on 30 FPS lock, did I? No, it's still off. Yeah, see, it almost begs that you play with the
No time to lose. I gotta get to Will.
upscaling turned on. So let's turn that back on real quick. Yeah, see, upscaling turned on. It's now 60 FPS. Though it is a little bit cleaner because I turned off the film grain, so that's 59 FPS. I don't know where I'm supposed to be going.
Why are you taking me here? It's a library. I need to return some fucking books. HQ, we've got William Joyce in the library. Awaiting orders. Over?
Will. They took him to the library. I gotta find a way in. I gotta get to him fast. Where did that come from?
Yeah, I'm still seeing dips though.
That looks like a way up. Come on, I don't have time for this.
Aha! I remember this. Yeah,
Gotta
see,
slow
dips
that
into the
thing down
40s there.
somehow.
And then of course my guy decided not to jump. And then the frame rate just tanks. I will say overall though, the performance is better than what I was getting on the Windows Store app. I was basically just locking it to 30.
This is Airlift Prime. We've got the Time Machine Core in transit. Hey! Hands where I can see!
Poor guy.
What the hell is going on around here?
I think he was just doing his job. Holy crap. Actual resolution lighting. Where'd it go?
HQ, we've got William Joyce in the library. Awaiting orders. Over. Wonder what the brother is.
Skeleton crewman, wait for arrival of Monarch action. Everybody else needs to reunite at Tridoc Squadron Extraction.
Just the brightness. Oh yeah, see.
Wait for further orders there. Library is set to blow in 5 minutes.
The library is ready to blow. Now?
Yep, I forgot where to go.
Engage! Stay sharp!
Might even turn down the effects quality because this is throwing so much crap at me. Yeah, in fact, let's do that just to see what it does. Is there an effects quality? Yeah. Set that to medium.
Why are you taking me here? It's a library. I need to return some fucking books. HQ, we've got William Joyce in the library. Awaiting orders. Over.
Yeah.
Jack! Run!
Thanks for the heads up. Man down! Man down!
So I'm still seeing some dips. And I'm still missing with that. More than I...
Get clear! Another man down! Move up to flank! Catch this! Will, you alright? Define alright. You're fine. We have to hurry. Where's my car? I didn't like the color. Let's get a new one. What? No, Jack. I need the... Hold that thought.
Alright.
My briefcase was in that car. Holy shit! Gotta move.
That is still one of the most satisfying things in any shooter I've ever played.
Is that all of them? Yeah, I think so.
Those shadows, though. The price of 60 FPS, I guess.
We have to get to my briefcase. Then we find Beth Wilder.
Why? Who is she?
She knows about the fracture. I trust her.
Glad you trusted somebody.
It's not that simple, Jack. I kept secrets from you to keep you safe.
Safe? Look around you, Will. Does this feel safe to you?
This isn't my fault. Beth warned me this would happen. I did everything in my power to stop it.
But you never told me any of this.
I couldn't just...
How long have you known?
We don't have time for this now, Jack. We have to get to that briefcase. Let's move before more of them show up.
Yeah. The stutters are killing me.
Jack!
And then, you know, when it goes to 30 FPS like this.
Paul?
Jack, we gotta go.
Hold on.
I'm sorry, Jack. Paul, what happened to you? What are you doing?
Only what's necessary.
Think about this. You don't know what's at stake.
I know exactly what's at stake. That's why I'm here. You believe you can stop what's coming? I'm giving you one chance to change your mind. This path, it's already said it can't be changed. The past, the future, I've seen it. I've lived it. For 17 years.
17 years. It was you, the first experiment.
Come with me and we can see this through. Or hold on to your hope and burn with it.
Now listen, I built a device. I can stop this. I can.
You can't.
This is madness. There's no harm in trying.
There is. That's why I can't risk you opposing me, Will. It doesn't have to end like this.
We can't just let this happen. I'll never stop trying.
It took me years to come to terms with what must be done. But we don't have years.
Wait.
Trigger. I never wanted this.
This game still has some of the best motion capture facial animations I've ever seen in a video game. It's so good. Well, that's a little bit of a taste of the performance. This is running on Steam, like I said. It's out today. Upscaling is on. Marcin, I'm sorry I didn't see your comment before. I've played with it off, and I'm not getting a consistent FPS, 60 FPS. I could play with it off and lock it to 30, but I wanted to see what I could do with a consistent 60, which I'm not even getting that, even at the settings I'm running. So yeah, this is a pretty demanding game. I'm playing this with an i7 6700K at 16 gigabytes of RAM, clocked at 3200 gigahertz, and a GTX 980. So I mean, it's not a weak PC running this game, and this engine is just throwing so much crap at it that yeah, the upscaling does help keep the frame rate. But if you really want the best visuals and can sacrifice that frame rate, the game doesn't feel that bad at 30 FPS. That's how I played it on Xbox when it first came out, and then on the Windows 10 store when it came out originally. I pretty much had to lock it at 30 FPS to get consistent performance. But I wanted to see what I could get, how I could get 60 FPS here. And so far, I mean, it's fluctuated, but it hasn't dropped drastically like it used to. That being said, I'm going to tinker around with it and see what I have to do to get locked 60. And if I have to, I'll cross that bridge when I get there. I do find it funny. This is a game that didn't launch very well on PC when it first came out, and then the Steam version has basically been unheralded. You haven't seen too many outlets talking about it releasing on Steam today, and maybe that's because it's a super old game by today's standards. I mean, anything older than a month doesn't get much coverage unless it's a cult classic game, and this game is really good. Quantum Break is one of the best games to come out this year. It just had some issues with its PC launch. So yeah, that's it's a little taste. I don't want to spoil too much of the story if you haven't played it for yourself. It is a little interesting. Some cutscenes seem to be locked at 30. Some cutscenes are okay at 60, like this one's running at 60. And it's kind of annoying.
I founded Monarch Solutions.
I like that
17 years
consistency.
ago with a very clear purpose. There are those who would question my actions. I'm recording this as a final statement of vindication, a testimony.
That
how
Nokia
things
Lumia
came
though.
to be. I've always been devoted to my mission. Never deterred from my goal, no matter the sacrifice. Because I've seen where this leads. I've seen where it all ends.
We have a problem. No word from Jack Joyce's transport. It should have arrived here by now. We may have a traitor on the inside. You're due for your treatment. I'll find who's behind this.
Find Jack. That's our priority. Get your best man on it.
There's more. As you know, Jack's level of interference led to unexpected complications. Witnesses from the university were transported here. You need to take a look.
And then the abrupt switch from
We can't afford any further
pre-rendered
obstacles at this
to
stage of the plan.
to
Now, I
you
see
know,
two options.
in-game.
We can
Yes,
use
this is the Steam
force,
version,
remove
Bem.
innocents. But if those witnesses disappear,
The public will start asking questions, potentially turn on Monarch.
alternatively, I could mount a broad PR strategy, get the city on our side. But that leaves us with
The loose ends.
precisely. Serene? The choice is yours, but keep in mind, the men will view your decision as a unified strategy moving forward.
This always annoyed me. There's no interaction with you and the water. Like, you're not even making a splash or anything. It's just there. Alright.
I suggest we deal with the issue at hand. Liam Burke over there can explain the situation in more...
Sir,
Who is this?
Amy Ferrero. She's one of the witnesses. Awaiting your orders on how to proceed.
My powers grew stronger, even as the Chronon syndrome worsened. I could choose a path that would become the actual future, but it wasn't optional. The moment wouldn't end until I made up my mind. Initialize a PR campaign.
I want a statement.
And that violence was because of Jack Joyce.
Monarch would take a PR-friendly approach and manipulate the public into siding with us.
Yeah, it's still
Our lies would give us control.
wishy-washy.
Manhunt continues as authorities search for Jack Joyce.
Hey, somebody's sneaking around down there. Hey! I think that's Jack Joyce!
We'd use the media to expose
Yeah,
and fight for Jack.
I'm getting a little bit better performance than I was with the Windows 10 version, but it's not...
From the Monarch security
I wouldn't say it's
But
better optimized.
The eyewitnesses would be out there. And
I have
Jack would
upgraded
learn
my
our
computer
secrets.
since I played the Windows 10 version, so that could be a lot of what's causing this upgrade in performance. But even then, I'm still not maintaining a locked 60, and that's again running on an i7 6700K, 16 gigabytes of RAM and an EVGA GTX 980 SC. I mean, it's not a crap PC, and I can't maintain a locked 60 even just running at a mix of high and medium. So, I mean, just in this little sequence here, there's not much going on, and I was seeing variations from 40 to 60. It just can't maintain a locked performance level.
Any potential threats to our plan need to be erased.
You also have to wonder how
Take
much
a
of this
hardline
was...
approach. Crush all obstacles, eliminate all witnesses. It would be harsh.
Yeah.
But I had made hard choices for the greater good before.
I think you have to wonder how much of the performance
I dug through the
is because of how late in the development process they decided to make the PC version.
Stop, man. I trusted Monarch.
But the people of Riverport would turn against us. Our secrets would be safe, but the public would hate us, and Jack would gain new allies.
Monarch's got no authority to stop you, and you
Yeah, with the GTX 960, I'm not sure you're going to get better performance, but, you'll probably get the same. I mean, the nice thing about running it on Steam is you have the ability to do things like what I'm using Shadowplay right now. Can't do that with the Windows 10 version. I can monitor the frame rate a lot easier. I'm using the in-game Steam counter, but you can also use MSI Afterburner and Riva Tuner and stuff like that. You can do a lot more with the version of the game that you couldn't do with the Windows 10 version, obviously. I don't know. The nice thing about it, if you decide to just grab it on Steam, you can always refund it within that 2-hour window too. And you don't really need 2 hours to know if this game is going to run well for you, because it throws so much crap at you at the very beginning of the game that you'll know about 45 minutes in. So you can kind of make the decision. The one thing I would caution against is if you want to take advantage of cross-save, you don't want the Steam version because it doesn't connect to your Microsoft account. So if you want the ability to play it across the two platforms, you're kind of stuck with the Windows 10 version there. So. Anyways, I'm going to leave it here. I got to go write up my article about this now. but I'm gonna play more of it. I really liked this game when it launched, so I'll definitely stream a lot more. I didn't stream it much when the game released because I didn't want to stream it on the Xbox, and you really can't stream it on Windows 10 unless you have a capture card that runs through the PC, and I just never felt like setting it all up. So let me know if you want to see more, guys. Thanks for popping in and watching. I appreciate it. This was just so I could kind of gather some thoughts for my article, which will be releasing this afternoon. Just an impressions piece on the differences between the Steam and the Windows 10 version and which one you should go with, and pros and cons to each. Like I said, I'm getting better performance, but I have to wonder how much of that is because I have upgraded my PC since. And I was running it on an old AMD card, old AMD CPU before. So, who knows. Thanks for watching. Take care, guys. Appreciate it.